bike park's an amazing place to ride on your e-bike. Amazing hand-built trails, gravity-fed, flowing down the trails, big jumps, small jumps, berms, drop-offs, you've got it all here. Best thing about the e-bike is obviously you've got the power to ride back up. No more sitting on that uplift with 20 sweaty guys or pushing your bike up that hill. Let's get into it. What on earth is a bike park? A bike park is an area littered with short downhill runs that are handmade, flowing down the trail. Every obstacle leads into a next obstacle. We've got step downs, jumps, doubles, drop-offs, you name it, it's here. So we're not talking about a cross-country ride like around our local woods doing loops. This is all gravity-fed, adrenaline-filled runs. A lot of different setup techniques we do to our e-bikes. We're going to be taking a look at that in this video now. The bike park, you're going to be hitting jumps and landing hard. You might find your bike bottoming out aggressively, but just adding that, 10, 20 PSI in those shocks will actually stiffen up that suspension and also make the bike more predictable at the takeoffs. Your suspension isn't going to dive into those big long takeoffs. And yeah, just if you go deep on a landing as well, the bike won't bottom out as harsh. So another thing we do when we hit the bike park is drop our saddles. Get that saddle out of the way. It allows you a lot more fore and aft movement on that bike. When you're hitting the downhill stuff, you want to be behind that saddle. If it's up high, you're going to get tangled, your shorts and stuff. So just make sure that's dropped. The only time that saddle comes up is when you come up the hill. Bums on saddles is a no-no when you hit the bike park. Another thing we do, stick a set of flats on. If you're running clips, flats are a really good fun option. Just allows you a get out of jail free card if things go wrong. There's no real need to have clips on at the bike park. It's just asking for trouble if you do get out of shape. So when you turn up at the bike park, you never want to drop in straight away. Always worth just checking these notice boards out. They're full of vital information about the park. You've got your trail grades, blues, reds, blacks. You've got your lodging system as well. It's telling you everything you need to know about the trails. Also, you're going to find trail maps, contact numbers, loads of information here. Also, take a listen to what the bike park staff are telling you. They're here every single day. They know this park inside and out. So listen to those guys. Whoa. When you turn up at the bike park, it's not a good idea to go and always hit the biggest line you can find. Take it easy, find a blue run, beginner trail, just warm up, get up to speed, then come back to the big stuff. I think I'm going to hit this one later on. The great thing about bike parks is how condensed the trails are. There's a series of jumps all in a row, meaning it's great to session. If you are going to session those trails, don't be the guy that sits in the middle of the tabletop, obstructing those people who might be riding a top to bottom trail. Start on the edge of the trail, obviously giving way to any riders. Before you drop in, give a good look up the trail, make sure no one's even visible, then just drop in and hit the jumps. Good thing about an e-bike at the bike park is the amount of runs you can cram into your session if you're careful with your battery power level management. By all means, if you're here for an hour or so, cramming in as many runs as you can, stick it in turbo, get up that hill as fast as you can. But if you're here for an all-day session, just remember to be careful. Just ride it in eco or a standard power mode. So don't forget, when you drop in on these trails, it's called gravity fed, you're normally going to be above that 25 kph limit. So you don't even really need that motor on down the hill. If you do, just put it in a low power setting. You're going to be cruising, just letting gravity do its work, not your motor and draining your battery. So here's a few things to think about when riding bike park. Check out my new e-bike, boys. Don't enter the bike park at 100 miles an hour on your e-bike. You're gonna make a load of enemies. You're gonna make yourself look a right tool, not mentioning wasting a load of battery. And whilst we're talking about speeds on e-bikes. What's going on, guys? Flat batteries or what? What's going on? When you're coming back up the hill from the bottom of the bike park, just make sure you're not overtaking those guys that are working really hard on normal pedal bikes. It's really annoying to be overtaken by an e-bike going 100 miles an hour. So just be courteous to other trail users, you know, give them a friendly hello, ask how their ride's going, give them a wide berth and time to move across. So when you head back to the start of the trail, just give priority to those guys that are already waiting to drop in. Just because you're on an e-bike doesn't mean you can jump the queue and drop in fast. Also, don't drop in on someone's back wheel. If they crash, you're going to go down with them. Just give that rider in front of you a bit of space. A lot of bike parks have start ramps. What I do see is a lot of people clipping their pedals, pedal striking as they drop into that start ramp. What you do need to do is drop into that ramp with your pedals nice and level to avoid that pedal strike. Start that run on a good note, not a bad one. So another thing to remember is once you finish that climb up the hill, is to get that saddle down and change into a hard gear, ready to drop in, otherwise you're going to look like this. So I really hope you've enjoyed watching this video on how to ride your e-bike at the bike park. If you've got any ideas, comments, tips, anything bike park related, please leave them in the comments below. So if you haven't done so, please like and subscribe to the EMBN channel. And whilst you're there, also check out this amazing video from Ollie Wilkins on the 1,000 foot dead challenge.